All right. So I am here to go ahead and have a quick little live chat. And let me get this killed real quick. Yes, we'd like to leave. All right, cool. So what's going on, boys and girls? Chef PV here. Let me get set up on the phone to make sure I can view the chat. Um, Wanted to give a quick little chit chat, live Q&A or whatever, just kind of BS right here about cell counts and batteries and how this whole new shift of 3S, 4, or well, we had 3S back in the day, 3S to 4S, and now 4S into the other cell counts is really going to kind of shake out and why, as well as just a bunch of chat around it. So everybody's talking now about how do I shift? How do I make the move? How do I change? Or what do should I move from 4S to 5S? Should I move from 4S to 6S? What is it that's going to be the best for all around? I think it's interesting because we've already seen a lot of this type of shift in other RC genres. I come from a ground RC background. So I used to build rock crawlers and scalers and stuff that looked like realistic ground RCs. And I also used to build what were called bashers. And bashers and rock crawling is where we really started to see the difference between 4S and what was the kind of 3S standard at the time. And, I'm talking about almost 10 years ago that we were toying with the different cell counts that we were playing with at, ground RC. And at the time, it was interesting because there was a lot of people that were against or didn't understand why you would buy technically a more expensive 4S pack when you could do it with a 3S. And again, this is in the ground RC. And, it took time, but over time, people started recognizing that, sure, I was paying $2 to $3 more. So I was buying about a $17 to $22 pack. And that 1800 4S 25C pack at the time would get me almost double the runtime of a 1800 3S 25C pack. And people didn't understand, well, why would I spend more money on a pack and put more power through it and break more things? Well, the interesting thing that we found over time was using a higher voltage pack simply increased the efficiency. And when I say the efficiency, I mean the more voltage you had on demand, the less likely you were to full throttle it, the less likely you were to basically abuse the power system on that voltage. So as you up the voltage, you increase the power tremendously and you increase the amount of torque and the amount of everything that you have at your fingertips. But you find that you're using less power to actually achieve what you need to. And so over time, you end up seeing that a 45-minute running time session of rock crawling could go to an hour and 15 to an hour and a half on a 4S pack. You're not going any faster necessarily. Sure, when you really needed the punch, you had it. But it was more about not maximizing and staying on the cutting and bleeding edge of that power system. And that's what we need to think about when we're talking about shifting all of our mini quads from 4S to 5S to 6S. It sounds great, and sure, there's all kinds of advantages to it. But my number one recommendation today for anybody in the game currently with 4S quads, unless you have money to go burn and to go really like test this stuff and play with it, I would hold off. If you have a quad already that's set up and can run 5S and 6S, go ahead and play with it. But I personally would not go out and spend a bunch of money chasing 5 and 6S yet. Because what I think is going to be very interesting is where all of this shakes out into what motor, what ESC, what prop, and what battery. And I think more than ever, those things are going to be important. And the one thing that I think a lot of people take for granted in the current 4S system is people are running 4S, and we have gotten to a point to where we have a ton of hardware that's pretty much maxed out on 4S. Sure, we can tweak some stator sizes and play with some props and stuff like that, but that's becoming a very expensive game to play, and we've already done a lot of R&D and have a lot of understanding within the industry about what affects what. So what we need to do is we need those manufacturers to shift their time and their efforts into the 5 and 6S markets. They've followed us to this point and they've done everything we've needed them to do. I mean, again, if anybody that started in this 3, 4 years ago will tell you, we used to have parts that we pulled off of other projects and were not specifically made for FPV or drones, and we used to build these quads. And now we're at the point where manufacturers have their own products and are developing new products and in the marketplace competing with each other with new products, and this is all awesome. And as we shift though into higher cell counts, we're gonna have to do more R&D. We're gonna need more people testing. I saw Ricky Martinez fly 2 minutes and 40 seconds with a 1056S pack at race speeds with a race quad. That's pretty darn good considering on a 1300 5S or 4S pack, you're barely going to get 2 minutes, if even that. So to see that the milliamps were coming down and that the efficiencies were going up is awesome. But I am going to wait until we figure out what that kind of perfect formula is, right? So maybe 3 months or so, I think we'll start seeing more 5S and 6S packs readily available. They'll be in the sizes that are going to be the right sizes, because that I think is where a big part of this key is. People think, oh, I'll just go buy a 1500 6S pack and I'll throw it on there and it'll be better than my 1300 or 1600 whatever 4S pack. You shouldn't need the same milliamps. We should be able to drop the milliamps down if we want to increase the efficiencies. Because if you're just going to go grab a bigger, fatter, heavier pack that just happens to push more power, then you're going to fight all those other dynamics. You're putting more weight, even though you're putting a bigger motor or a heavier motor that can handle more, more thrust or whatever. You're still increasing all the weights more than you maybe have to. And so that's where I think a lot of us need to slow down, and we do need to push the movement, and we need to, get the movement moving and get the parts coming in. But what we need to do is really help narrow down where those things are. And so for my own personal, this is how I plan on working it out, is I've been asked a lot lately, are you running 5S? Are you going to run 6S? What are you going to run when you do? I don't know. I don't. So I think for me, I have a ton of quads still. I have like 4 quads that I don't even fly, or 3 quads I don't fly, and 2 that I barely fly because they're my main quads and I don't get a ton of time. I'm in the process of narrowing everything down and getting all my old stuff out and sold and in the hands of people that are flying it. And I'm gonna kind of wait. And the next time I have some money to buy batteries, I'm definitely gonna look at the 5 and 6S packs. And at the next time that I have a few bucks and I get, can go spend some money and get some new ESCs and get some new motors, I'll probably do that. But my 4S setup flies fine for me. And I don't think that getting a 5 or a 6S setup is ever going to make me as a pilot any better. I'm not going to have better videos because of a fatter, a more efficient pack. There might be very small situations that I can, get out of or do better or get more rev. I don't know, but I don't see it as being anything huge for anything other than really racing efficiencies at the moment, and efficiencies in freestyle. Sure, if making huge, long, uncut freestyle videos is your thing, sure. I guess going 4 or 5 minutes on a flight would be great. I can actually already get almost 4 minutes out of a 4S pack if I put the right motor on it. So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. What's up, Sonny? What's up, Howard? Thanks for watching. Not sure who else is there. Not sure if you guys had any questions or any thoughts on this stuff. I'd love to discuss it more if anybody does. I just really think it's awesome that we're starting to move that direction. I think that we're in a place where the market can start shifting that way and do some more R&D that way. But I also, again, would just, in implore everybody, do what's best for you. Don't jump on the hype. Don't go spend a bunch of money on a bunch of 5 and 6S packs yet, unless you have a real good reason to. Because I guarantee you, we're going to see some new sizes come out, and we're going to see some efficiencies come out that are going to, maybe we don't need 100C. Maybe we can get by with just 50C on a 4S pack because the efficiencies are higher. So, or I mean, a 5 or 6S pack. I don't know. So that's that. I don't know. We'll do some more live chats later this week. I just wanted to get out there and start the President's Day off the right way. Give you guys something to think about, something to converse about. Feel free to hit me up anytime. Ask any questions. Crispy FPV in the house, baby. Stay fly, homie. Stay fly. All right, man. Fly safe, fly smart. Just fly. Cool. Peace.